Writing equations and determining solutions for problems involving area of triangles. Number 1, triangle ABC is shown. Use the ruler provided to measure the dimensions of the triangle shown to the nearest ½ inch. All right, so if you see, you can see that little square, the right angle here. The right angle is going to represent where we're going to find our height, right? So our height is always going to be perpendicular to our base. Now, in this particular case, you could make either one of them the height, the short line or the long line, because it's going to be connected with the right angle. But I'm going to call this the height, and I'm going to call this the base. All right, so I'm going to measure that. And when I measure that, that's going to be, the height is going to be 1½ inches. And my base is going to be 4 inches. All right, so you're not gonna need to worry about the other side at this point. You will later when you get into 8th grade, but don't worry about it today because we're just trying to find the area of this particular triangle. So the area formula is area is equal to 1/2 times your base times your height. Okay, you can put it in parentheses. You don't have to put it in parentheses. 1/2 base times height is the same thing. Or remember, I said that when you have, you're multiplying by 1/2, when you multiply 1/2 is the same thing as dividing by 2. Okay, so either one is going to work. As long as you remember that when you take half, you're actually dividing it by 2. Think about if I have an apple and I give you half, we actually divide it into 2 equal parts. If I had $100 and I divided it into 2 parts, you would get half of it, I would get half of it. All right, so that's the same thing as multiplying by 2. Now, let's substitute in what our numbers are. All right, so I have area is equal to, my base is 4 times my height divided by 2. All right, so, and I'm doing that. All right, now I'm going to, when I look at this, I can actually simplify here. When I simplify, I can simplify how many times does 2 go into 4, because I'm dividing by 2. It goes 2 times, so I have 2 times 1.5. 2 times 1.5 is going to give me a total of 3. All right, so it's going to be equal to 3 inches squared. Okay, the one thing I want you to know about the formula is that we're taking half the base times the height. Now, I want you to think about this shape. Okay, we know that it's a triangle, so it looks like this. Now, if I were to draw the other side of a triangle, what would it make? Look at the outside. It's going to make a rectangle, and we already know that a rectangle's formula is base times height. So if a triangle is half of the rectangle, that's where the divided by 2 or multiplying by half comes into play. All right, so let's look at number 2. Number 2 reads, the search area for a lost dog is the shape of a triangle. The dimensions of the search area are shown in the diagram. Okay, write an equation that can be used to find the area of the search area in square kilometers. All right, so we know that the base is going to be 360 kilometers. All right, and we also know that the height is always going to be connected by the right angle. Okay, it connects the base. So it's going to be the height, think about height of the triangle to the base. All right, so the extra information that's here is these that are the slanted sides. We don't need those when we're trying to figure out area. So my formula, I'm gonna write it over here. Area equals 1/2 your base times your height. Now we're gonna substitute in, and we have 1/2 is my fraction. 1/2 times my base. We know that the base is gonna be 360. And we don't know the value of my height. We're trying to find it. So it's an h here. This is my base. This is my height. All right, so again, you just have to know that the biggest part with formulas is that you're just substituting in the numbers that you know. So it's real important to write out your formula, and that way you can see how to substitute in your numbers. What are you given? You're given the base here. So we're going to replace 360 with the base number, or with the base, the B, the letter B. All right, you got this. Have a great day.